Mr. Gunn, thank you for participating in this Civitas interview with us today.
I'm certainly glad to be here. I'm from Burlington, North Carolina. It's always good to come up in Raleigh. Look forward to it.
Well, our first question for you is, why do you think your district chose you to represent them in the General Assembly?
Thank you for asking, Karen. It was an interesting year to be running for politics, to say the least. I do think the trend certainly had something to do with it. It was a Republican wave, but I really do think people like my business background. They know I've owned and operated a commercial real estate business for over 25 years. They understand I'm a small businessman. I really do feel like the constituents in our area felt like that I could take that business mentality, go up to Raleigh and make these tough decisions facing this budget that we have to correct. And I think that really was the main reason.
Great. And our next question. The state is facing a $3.2 billion budget shortfall in the coming fiscal year. How did we get here, and how would you go about balancing the budget? Would you raise taxes, reduce government spending, a combination of the two, or something else?
We all know that we are in certainly an economy that is tough for businesses, it's tough for individuals, it's tough for governments. We are in a recession. Everybody recognizes that. But truthfully, we have outspent our means for years and years in state government. The red flag has been there for several of the sessions prior to this. People turn their backs to it. So we do have a spending problem here, and what I am going to propose, I mean, I like the Taxpayers Protection Act. I would like to see us cap spending to population growth and inflation. We're going to cut spending. Nobody that I know of is in favor of us raising taxes, especially in these tough times. We have got the fat. It is there. When you grow government 40% since 2003, that is not sustainable. It never was. You've got the right folks in Raleigh now, both Democrats and Republicans. I think you will see some folks working together. I think our governor has come out and certainly is for consolidations and looking at the fat. We're going to do it. We will get this job done. It's going to be tough, but we're going to cut spending.
And how important is a voter ID requirement in ensuring the integrity of elections?
I just think it makes common sense. My constituents want to know who's voting and wants to know that that voter is a citizen and is registered to vote. So I'm certainly very supportive of a photo ID for elections. I do feel like the General Assembly will act on that, and I do think that will pass this year.
And our fourth question. What three primary issues do you intend to address in your upcoming term?
We've got to get spending under control. Spending reform to me is very, very important. Yes, we've got to make these tough early cuts, and we know that they're going to be painful. There's going to be a lot of things, tough decisions that got to be made. But I'm all for spending reform, some type of spending that we can cap and we can sustain moving forward. I do want to see taxes lowered. We have to have spending reform, and we have to be sustainable before we can lower taxes, but I do think that's important. Our business is not competitive. We're not in a competitive climate now. I see it every day. I work in a business, the real estate business, so I'm really part of working with other companies. I know what they're going through. I know they're not coming to North Carolina because of our taxes, and we've got to change that. Also, we've got to work on educating not only our children, but we've got to work on educating our workforce that has been displaced. CTE education, career technical education, in my opinion, is a key to growing this state, not only keeping kids from dropping out in K-12, but also I think it's very important as we work to create jobs and educate our workforce. CTA education, to me, is a priority.
And our final question. What is the one most important thing you hope people will remember you accomplishing during your first term?
I have been very upfront about the fact that this job is about communicating. It's about being open. I want the folks in Alamance and Castle County in my district and in the state of North Carolina to look back and say, I did what I said I was going to do, but also as we move forward and make these tough decisions, I want them to say, you know, Rick kept us in the loop. Rick was there, Rick's doors were open, Rick did what he said he was going to do.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
It's a
We
pleasure,
appreciate
thank
it.
you very much.